Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while, but it is that time of the month. Talking about monthly market updates, okay? You'll be seeing a lot of posts with people coming out with median sales prices, all of that jazz inside of the market updates. There was something very interesting that happened in the Big Island statistics for February, okay? You'll be seeing a lot of posts coming out right about now, because what happens is, and don't mind me, I'm chopping this, I'm trying to multitask because I've got so much stuff to do today. But what you'll be seeing is a lot of the big brokerages, a lot of escrow companies will be coming out with these monthly updates for February, right around the 12th, right around now, okay? What happens in the MLS is that they take a data snapshot right around the 5th to give agents who haven't got time to put in the closings to record that. They take a snapshot around the 5th, and with my previous brokerage, it was always with the marketing department. They would say, wait about the 12th, because they need about 7 days a week to generate those pretty infographics, the videos and whatnot, okay? In particular regards to the median sales prices for February, something very interesting happened, okay? If you take a look at the stats, and I'll put up this slide right here, okay? If you take a look at it, what it's showing is that if you take a look at the summary stats, that is for every single district combined, okay? In statistics, we call that aggregate. Aggregate means we're combining everything together, okay? We're throwing it in the blender and we're just using it all together, okay? And again, the reason we use the median a lot in real estate is because in real estate, you have highs, you have lows. You don't really have consistent data. You have sometimes abnormal data when you have those derelict houses. You have those mansions compared in the same market. And so the middle score, which is what the median is, okay? So rewind a little bit. To calculate the median, what you're doing is taking a data set, you're ranking the data set from least to greatest, okay? And then with that least to greatest list, what you're doing is you're finding the middle value. Okay, in an odd number of values, you're going to find that middle score. There's one score. If it's an even set of data, like let's say there's 20 data points, 20 sale prices that you're trying to rank, you take the average of the two middles, right? Basic stuff. You usually represent it with a box and whisker that shows you the min and the max, that gives you the range. And then it has a box in the middle that quantifies the quartiles, okay? But that middle line in the box and whisker is the 50th percentile. That's your middle score. And that's what we're talking about when we're saying median sales prices, okay? But something very interesting, like I said, happened in February where, again, I'll put up that slide, okay? And what you're seeing is that it actually shows that there's been a dip, okay? And numbers will vary, okay? Some places, like, for example, HAR will pull a 515. In our own MLS, which I prefer to take it from because every third party, Zillow, Trulia, HAR, HIR, they take it from that data source. And if you as the agent has that data source, use it, because that's the most accurate data. They're pulling it from there. What differs is the day that they're pulling it, okay? Our data system shows 517.5. I think that's what it was on that slide. Okay, HAR will pull 515 because it depends. Maybe somebody didn't record a closing in there, and then it depends on the day again, right? But when you look at it, it's a bit misleading, and that's what we call a misleading statistic, okay? When we took that aggregate set of data and we put it all in one, it's showing that, hey, median prices actually dropped, okay? But you as the smart realtor, when you're looking at that, and even when I was creating this graphic, that was a red flag, okay? What made it clear to me as to what was happening was, again, and if you're not on this channel, check out Dylan Nonaka, right? By Big Island Vlog. Really good information. And one of the reasons why I was attracted to the agency team of Hawaii was because of these videos and because of the level of caliber of the agents who are always striving to level up and do things. And which is why you're seeing my face on here, which is, I'm not really comfortable putting my face on here. Trust me. But with the support of that team, I want to try it. Yeah, I want to level up my own game. But anyway, going back to that, it made it clear to me why that red flag was there, okay? If you take a look at the number of closings that took place, okay? Remember, the median is always going to be based on the data values that's in that data set, okay? If you take a look at the number of closings that took place in each sector or in each district, you're going to notice that the data set was dominated by the East Hawaii markets, Puna, South Hilo. Okay, take a look at that. And again, I'll put that graphic back up here. Well, what you'll see is that those closings far outnumber the higher price markets on the west side, yeah, which is dominated by South Kohala, North Kona. Those are your more higher priced areas, and those had way less closings. So when you're ranking a data set, when you're finding the median, okay, if you have more closings and more data points on the low end of the spectrum, your median, because it is the middle score, is going to get skewed and pulled down to that lower side. Okay. Now, when you look at the statistics from a third party, well, this one looks a little bit gross. From a third party site, oftentimes they want convenience, they want speed to generate that. Looking at one statistic is always going to be a lot cleaner than trying to mumble jumble like 9 statistics. Okay, the reason why I generate my infographics, this one here, looking at districts, is because you can see the full picture, the full story, the layers, the flavors. Okay, a good example of this is when you go to a luau. Okay, when I go to a luau and I see that rectangular tray and compartments and all of that stuff, I'm the guy that likes to keep it separate and enjoy and savor, okay, all the individual pieces and flavors. I want to taste the haupia separate from the lomi, okay, separate from the kalua, separate from the chicken long rice and all of that. And then you got the other guys who just want to throw everything in the poi bowl and just mix it all up, right? And when you eat it, you lose the flavor, you lose the story behind each of those pieces. It's the same thing with data. Once you start aggregating and combining data, you lose the value and the importance of the statistic itself, okay? But let me put this graphic back up here again. When you take a look at the summary, everything is showing that, hey, there's a drop, yeah? And depending on what that percentage is, depending on what date it was pulled, some people are saying negative 1.9% drop in the median sales prices. That's very misleading, okay? When you take a look at each individual district, what you'll see is that actually median actually increased for every single district. So to communicate that there was a drop is very misleading. I'm not saying it's incorrect, because you can use that. Again, like I said, using one statistic is very convenient versus trying to throw out 9 different statistics for people to look at. But again, remember, the marketing department is there to make things look pretty, right? One statistic is a lot easier to put on a graphic or a video, create animation around it, but does it tell the accurate picture? I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to say yes or no, okay? But when you're looking at data, again, make sure you understand the context. Context is very important, okay? And that's the reason why in my graphics I use district, because it gives you the full picture. And it also gives you a means to analyze why these weird red flags pop up, okay? But again, to communicate one single statistic, just remember, you're hiding a lot of stuff. You're hiding the flavors, you're hiding the layers. And what you need to create in this market, again, like everybody's saying, is create confidence and certainty. Let's not create confusion, okay? It's easier to communicate one statistic, but just take a look at it. Use your intuition. Does it make sense to say that median prices actually dropped? No, that does not make sense. And so be careful with it, yeah? But anyway, who am I, all right? If you need to know, Davin Padilla, eXp Realty here on the east side of the Big Island with the agency Team Hawaii. I'll catch you in the next one.